3 million iPads sold, Belkin announces Lightning accessories, Siri on iOS 6.1, Google Heresay, and an iOS to iTunes tip. It's the first week of November 2012, and this is iWake. I'm Tim Chaten, and this is what's going on in the Apple world this week. Hello there, and welcome to another edition of iWake. As mentioned last week, I'm in transition. I'm in a move. I'm now broadcasting to you from Venice Beach, California, and this will be the first of 2, maybe 3 shows this week. This one being released as you get it, and the other one a couple days later. Today's show's got lots of great news, especially relevant with the new iPad, things like that. And without further ado, let's get into it. So first off, Apple announced on Monday it has sold 3 million iPads in just 3 days since the launch of its new iPad mini and 4th generation iPad. Double the previous weekend milestone of 1.5 million Wi-Fi only models sold for the 3rd generation iPad in March. The Wi-Fi plus cellular versions of both mini and 4th generation iPad will ship in a few weeks in the US and many more countries later this year. Tim Cook, Apple CEO, stated this: "Customers around the world love the new iPad mini and 4th generation iPad. We set a new launch weekend record and practically sold out of iPad minis. We're working hard to build more quickly to meet the incredible demand. It is now available in 34 countries." So yes, a huge weekend for the iPad. I would think the iPad mini played the biggest role in that, and especially cool news. Looks like Apple's going to have another fantastic holiday quarter. Next up, Belkin. They announced some new Lightning accessories for your iPad mini, your iPad 4th generation, your iPhone 5, or whatever Lightning device you have. So Martin Avila, general manager of Belkin's core division, stated that Belkin was the first third-party manufacturer to develop accessories for the 30-pin connector back in 2003. And we were thrilled to be the first to market again with solutions for the new Lightning connector. And before moving on, I have to note this. I am working on a book about the iPod and the Made for iPod program. And I have to take note that Mac Alley was actually the very first company to ship a 30-pin accessory that was in the Made for iPod program, an official accessory, official third-party accessory. So Belkin is doing some trickery there with their wording, as Mac Alley was actually the first and has that historic distinction of being the first in this market. So not exactly truthful there, but that's what they're saying anyways. At any rate, people are eager for lighting accessories, and Belkin give them a reliable way to keep their new iPhone 5, iPad 4th generation, iPad mini, or iPod Touch charged, protected, and ready to go. Belkin's first 2 products here include a car charger and a Charge Plus Sync dock. Each of these are going to be priced at $30. They're currently accepting pre-orders for these accessories that begin shipping by November 15th, so very soon here. The car charger is the only one of the 2 products that actually include a Lightning connector from Belkin, as the dock simply accommodates the standard Lightning to USB cable offered by Apple. And the dock itself looks very intriguing. It's got a headphone thing pointing up the bottom, and it looks like you'll be able to put the Lightning thing there as well to plug it all in. And then on the back, you'll be able to plug in the USB cable of the appropriate connector there. The car charger looks great, and I would imagine would support the new Nano as well. And this is very exciting news. We are finally getting some Lightning accessories. The first 2 of what I hope to be many. So, with that said, there is some news in the app world. TechCrunch got this email from a developer stating, "Hello, we are writing to let you know that your app has been removed from the App Store because it is no longer needed to unlock emoji. Since iOS 6 now provides emoji support to all users, your app is no longer in compliance with the App Store review guidelines. Guideline 2.1.2. Apps that are not very useful are simply websites bundled as apps or do not provide any lasting entertainment value may be rejected. If you have questions about the removal of your app, please contact AppReview at appreview@apple.com. Please include the app ID and the name of your application in your email. Thank you, and best regards, AppReview." So there you go. Bye-bye emoji apps in the App Store. I can say now that's built into iOS 6, I have no qualms about this. I'm very happy about this. We'll be having a lot less clutter in the App Store, and I think this is a good thing. So that's my 2 cents on that. Next up today, iOS 6.1 was released to developers last week as a beta, and we now have one more tidbit about what you can do with this. And you can now use Siri to buy movie tickets. According to Mac Rumors, when a user asks for movie tickets for a certain movie, the applicable showtimes for in-theater information will be shown. Then the user can click the Buy Movie Ticket button, and they'll be routed to finish their purchase via the Fandango app from the App Store. If the user does not have a Fandango app, Siri provides a button to download the Fandango app right then and there. Apple says that feature is currently US exclusive. Additionally, developers who have used the feature say it's not compatible with all theaters. And the compatible theaters listed by Siri are accompanied by a small movie tickets icon. So there you go. It's intriguing news. I really wish that we'd be able to have the ability to buy a ticket right within Siri interface itself, rather than having to open up the Fandango app through Siri. I hope that comes at some point in the future, but I'm not sure if it will. So it's definitely very cool news and very exciting news, and that Siri is continually getting better, and more tweaks come, and that's a cool thing to see. Next up is what I'm calling Google Heresay. Google is saying that they are working on a Google Maps app, but they believe Apple won't approve it. The reason they believe this is because Apple doesn't promote any Google API'd Maps app in their App Store in the map area that they're now showcasing. And this, I don't think, is a good, valid reason. Why do I not agree with this? First off, Apple promotes go to maps.google.com in their apology. Tim Cook said that was a solution you could use. It was not something not stated there. It is also known that, or known to me at least, that there really are no good Google Map apps in the App Store. I've looked and tried to find some that are driven completely by the Google API that would be, third-party-ish Google Map apps, but there aren't any that are of quality that I've seen. So that's the main reason. Apple showcases quality applications. If your app is not a quality application, it's not going to be shown here. So I think Google's making a hubbub about this, trying to take a fight where it doesn't need fought. So that's just my 2 cents. Next up, The Verge is reporting that basically the capacity sizes you have to deal with if you get a Surface tablet. So these Microsoft tablets, 32GB version, you only have access to 16GB of storage. So the same amount of the 16GB iPad, basically. Now, if you're going to 64GB Surface, you have 46 gigs to work with. So it's been reported before, but the Surface tablet is really a thing of compromise. The operating system running it, which is supposed to be optimized for the tablet, is it's not clean code, basically. And it's a sad thing. I'm hopeful version 2 will get it right, but version 1, it seems the OS is not clean code. It seems that it's just not a good solution for now. I'm sure many will like this, but I don't think it's there yet. Definitely version 1. I'd even call it beta on many regards, as in regards to the apps that are out there. The implementation of Office I have heard dubbed as beta, and it's just not a polished product in my opinion, at least. Last up to date is a tip. A tip if you're on iOS, a tip if you are a movie downloader from the iTunes Store. The tip is this. I thought correctly back when iOS 5 and 4, I believe this to be true, that if you started a download of a movie or TV show on iTunes, you need to wait until its completion to actually start watching that movie. Well, on iOS 6, I'm not sure if this is a new thing, this is just something I noticed, you can actually start watching it after a couple of minutes. So if you go into the Videos app, you can actually start watching a movie or TV show that you initiate the download of. Now, what I would do here is to see the timeline when it's downloaded. So if it's a 2.5 hour movie, it says 2 hours left in the download, you should be good to start watching it, and that way you won't have interruptions. It'll finish on time. Basically, when you start up the app, the video, in the Videos app, you'll see a little progress bar, gray and black, and you can see on that timeline how much video you have to watch. You have available to watch. So you are able to do this. You are technically able to download / stream a movie on iTunes now through iOS, and it's just one step closer to hopefully that iTunes 11 style thing for the iPad and iPhone. So hopefully that comes eventually, but for now we do have this option, and it's an option I did not know existed. So very cool stuff there. And that is the last bit of news for today's show. And thank you for tuning in to today's show. As I said earlier, there will be another show, maybe 2 more this week. For iWake Again listeners, I'm working on editing some stuff I got last week, and hopefully that gets posted as well, if not today, tomorrow. And I'm anxious to get more content out there, but as I am in transit, things like that, it's not going to be a daily thing for a little while at least. So if you want the show notes, those are at iWakePodcast.com, YouTube channel, youtube.com/TCHATEN, and I'm at 99 subscribers there, so if you want to be the 100th, I would really appreciate that. So go over to youtube.com/TCHATEN and be the 100th subscriber to my channel. I'll, think you're awesome. Anyways, there's also iWake Again, as I mentioned before, iWakePodcast.com/again for all the info there. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for your patience during this time of my transition here. And I'll talk to everyone again real soon. Just not sure when that will be. Talk to you guys again sometime. Aloha.